right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after that short little break. Once again, Smalls D-Face and Fallout here is going to be calling the action, and the battle bus is just now about to be underway. Fallout, we have tons of action in front of us. We're talking game after game here.
Yes, we are. My man Monster. So good to be back with you, my man. We missed it yesterday, as you're going to crush it, as always, for every Fortnite broadcast. My man Javi always brings the heat. We are live with EU. Of course, I got some love for Europe. I can't travel there right now, you know, given some current situations with U.S. not being able to travel to Europe, but I get to kind of compensate by casting some European gameplay. I wish I could be in Greece, but instead I get to watch some European players. I'm looking forward to the gameplay as we are watching the Battle Bus drop and jumping in to game number one. We got Benji Fishy on screen already. You know him. You love him.
Wait a second. This is a big red flag here. Look at the amount of players that was landing on Benji Fishy. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I'm looking at the feed there. We'll be paying close attention here as this game's going to unfold right now. We're carrying the action back over to Frenzy Farm, though, because there is a fight that's happening off the bat here. It's Naku here. He's looking to get the first tags. Couple shots right now, Fallout. This is looking good for him. He might just get his first elim.
Yeah, and he should be able to. He has his opponent down to just 2 HP, and there's going to be the elim. A quick one picked up for Babungus. He's going to also get the siphon, so doesn't even need to find a big pot. He can stack that instead, so that's exactly how you want to start if you are Babungus right there. Meanwhile, Benji Fishy, we talked about it. It looks like he is absolutely stacked right now in the Authority. This could be a little scary for Benji Fishy.
Yeah, this is the man of the hour, and we know how good the Authority can play out in solo gameplay, the grappler being one of the key mobility items in the Fortnite world right now, outside of the shockwave launcher, of course. But hey, he's playing very passive, very smart. You can show that, or just shows that how serious he's taking this game right now, moving out and about instead of staying inside of the heart of the POI. I wonder though, knowing Benji, he's going to stick around to fight this one.
Yeah, I think he might lurk a little bit. I think it's a wise decision, though. I mean, just look at the bottom right of your screen. Look how many people are in the Authority right now. Let that calm down a little bit. Let that dwindle. Get some loot. Wise decision, also recognizing, hey, I got a harpoon gun, easy fishes, easy floppers, and he's going to also get some shield here to boot. So he'll just be looting up, taking his time, and then hopefully leaving with some mythic weapons in the Authority.
Another big celebrity of sorts here, Cooler's Aqua. Looking to rotate out and about, and you can see this is another major name and title just on the nearby skirts here. So Benji just keeping his eye out on the competition, and instead of jumping into the fray right now, he's working his way outside, trying to gather as much ammunition and resources as possible before really committing to the fight. You have to think about it. One of the things about the agency and the authorities, you know, map after map, is that the limited resources that you can gather here has always been a thing.
Yep. That is true. Not a whole lot at your disposal. And you know, I'm just surprised that Benji is getting the outskirts for free. I don't think anyone else has landed on the outskirts. They all opted for inside, which is basically giving him a good opportunity. So what was an interesting situation off the drop, a lot of static, a lot of people, is now a great situation for Benji, as he's able to just loot up, like you said, get a lot of resources, also get some great loot, and then hopefully leave this area with the grapple gun in his hands. Of course, the drum gun as well would be huge.
That's right, and we don't hear any kind of action happening right now, so that's the indicator for him to really continue to take his time and jump in when something pops off. Here's Shadow UK, though, who's on a complete opposite end. 700 material already in the bank right here, and you can see we'll continue to be bringing the highlights in right here. Here's Hardfind, again, in the lobby with Benji Fishy. Like we said, we saw him down below. A little bit of a frag for him in the lower sections of the Authority.
Yeah, that's huge. 2 kills picked up for Hardfind. Well done for Hardfind off the start. We also saw Kiku at the top left of our screen pick up an elim, so pick it up where he left off in heat number 2 with the first place finish. The Portuguese player, not many top tier Portuguese players. Kiku, of course, holding it down. Meanwhile, we got a flank opportunity here. Shadow with great damage on Coolest Carrot. You got to think he's going to take this with aggression.
Oh no, not the Coolest Carrot. This is the young man who rebranded after the last FNCS Invitational, and no, that's not the way you want to get highlighted your first time on camera for the semifinals or finals today, honestly, because tomorrow's the grand final. So unfortunate for Coolest Carrot, but hey, he's got another opportunity in front of him. Hopefully he can bounce back here. Otherwise, it's looking good for Shadow.
Yeah, that's exactly right. His first time on brand, on stream. He's going to get taken out. But keep in mind, for those that maybe are just tuning in, this isn't an 8-game or a 6-game final. This is the same qualifier format as we saw yesterday, just with 500 players instead that got invited back. So you have 9 other games to rack up as many points as you can. And something tells me Cool's Carrot will bounce back. Meanwhile, Shadow is going to be content looting the outskirts of Salty. Some good rock and good opportunity to continue increasing his mat count. He is in a great position right now, is Shadow on the continued rotation.
Yeah, one thing to mention, guys, is this is a much different flow of show today. We are looking at the replay mode, so we're in the ops team right here. We get the full perspective this time around. No longer are we looking at, you know, just stream POVs. These are the most of the most, or the best of the best action that we can cover. So if you guys are curious out there, we will be able to see Benji Fishy in action. We'll be able to see the biggest engagements and get that bird's eye view to get the overall feel of how these games are going to unfold for the players.
I love it. And as you say that, shout out to Obs for switching back to Benji Fishy, as he is now hunting in this mid-authority area. It's exactly as you called out, Monster. He opts not to leave, just to loot. And now pushing for an opportunity to hopefully find a elimination or two and hopefully leave with the mythic item. Something tells me whoever grabbed those mythics might already be gone, though. As taking a look at the mini-map here, I'm not sure how many others I see in the area. Still a few more lurking.
Yeah, it is hard find was on that outskirt there. We got the pleasure of seeing a little bit of a highlight from him, who caught a frag down in the vault section here. So, Fallout, you might be right. I think the loot is all gone. The goodies have been taken. Hardfind's probably the one holding on to it. So we'll see how that affects Benji's play, as he is now left to, you know, play normal Fortnite like the rest of everyone else. No more, you know, because the grappler, let's think about it. The grappler is the game changer. It's a dynamic changer. There's only one in the field.
And unlimited usage, best weapon for mobility right now, hands down, bar none. You get basically free mobility. You get free rotations late game. You're right, it is crucial. So, but like you said, like the rest of us, Benji has to play with just some regular items and, of course, various tiers of items as well. As we're now on board with Drake, watching as he's making his rotation, checking left and right, being careful and cautious for anyone that might be leaving nearby areas, not to get picked. One headshot, of course, with the sniper or hunting rifle could be very dangerous for Drake in this situation, as he's going to actually roll up on one or two people. He sees them in his eyes.
He definitely has someone here in the line of sight. A couple shots being thrown down now. It's Greco's who's going to be on the receiving end there, but passiveness coming out of Rake has L2 not looking or opting to take this fight right now, as he is in a safe zone, but he wants to play in for a better position instead. He's going to be going for the center now. Kind of cool to see that he's taking a bit more serious, right? But wait a second here, Fallout. We got a big fight right now. It's Benji Fishy finally engaging on Skimarain, one of our last DreamHack champions.
That's exactly right. It looks like he's actually in the back on reset. He wanted the fight, saw the fight, but also recognizing, hey, there are so many people nearby. This third-party rotation could be absolutely brutal, as anyone on the rotation could third-party and end his life. So he's going to be evaluating his life instead. Lurking right now as it currently stands. I'm not sure if he even has any idea how many people are nearby. This could spell dangerous for Benji having to clutch up.
That's right, and he's in a little bit of a box fight right here. Is taking advantage of the situation. You can hear the charged shotgun on both perspectives here now. These are some heavy hitters. You do not want to get tagged by this. Let's see, though. He's using that crash pad to try to bust into the box, and that is a sound strategy, but that it's not going to work this time, so he's going to lose the advantageous height that he already had. Playing with his back against the wall now, Fallout. He's looking to punish with the charged shotgun.
Yeah, he goes from the offensive in the box fight to the defensive. Back to offense here as he looks to take high ground. Hasn't gotten it secured just yet, but he should be able to maintain control. And just like that, Benji actually has his opponent running with his tail between his legs. Backing out, resetting. Good tags, but no, Benji's going to get sniped cross map. That is the price you pay for playing with aggression. Unfortunate finish for Benji there, as Eruption Investor is going to invest in at least one elimination on Benji and his loot to follow.
No way. What a momentum swing right there. He was doing so good, really owning in the fight, taking control of the battle, using the crash pads just to get sniped right in the face here by Eruption Investor. Hey, talk about a sound investment. That's a pickup right there. Oh no, you hate to see it, especially someone like Benji who's just so good at the game.
Let's take a look from Investor's perspective. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful
replay
we get here. Lines it up perfectly, patient, and there you go. Connects for the headshot.
He was watching the whole time, Fallout. Well, let that moment sink in, ladies and gents. That's the Fortnite world. You never really know. Lucky for Benji, though, and everyone else in the competition has been taken out so far. You got 10 games. You can get a couple throwaways in there, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, now we got Door Grawl. But the amount of people playing with Grawl in their name, thanks to Mongral's clout, is insane. He's like Genghis Khan. He's extending his reach as far as it gets. It's insane. Now we're on board the Door.
He is the conqueror, that's for sure. And like you said, I mean, conqueror. Yeah, it's just one of those things, right? Mongrel, great kid, funny on stream, right? But amazing at the game. So it's when you have the best of all worlds, the talent to back it up and the personality to really draw on the masses. Hey, doesn't surprise me at all to see so many people flock to him. Same with Benji Fishy. I mean, think about how many people have Fishy in the name.
Yeah, that's a good point. His influence is certainly shown as well. It's must be a cool scenario when you have that much influence and clout, if you will. I like to use the word influence instead as Dorgal, though. Actually, playing quiet, playing sneaky. You might have an opportunity to get a pick here. Notice how I'm lowering the sound of my voice as I get intimidated and tense in this situation. Now Dorgal might go for a pick if he can.
That's right, and that's what he was doing. He was just kind of sitting up, waiting for someone to pass by. Now using that element of surprise here. We'll see. It's an opportunity for a big snipe. We've already saw Benji getting taken out by one. Who knows if we're going to have this follow-up here by Door. All right, Door. Here's another player. Okay, it's Janice.
It's Janice.
Wait a second. Wait, this is AX Janice. Might be a different one, but regardless, though, it's someone who's walking inside. No, misses the snipe there, but great walk control here as he takes that one. This is the follow-up, and the axe swing. The disrespect.
Is that pickaxe?
Yes.
You gotta be kidding me.
He did.
What a way to start. We got some pickaxe disrespect kill eliminations coming through. Nice pick from Door is going to be, I think that is Janice. I don't know. I mean, he is on athletics. I know he's usually an ATX tag. You're right. So slightly different name there, but unless someone's really hardcore lurking on his tag, I think that might have been Janice. That's a big pickup for Door.
No. The other Janice, I'm pretty sure is Wave Janice, and he has a Z in his name.
Okay,
so. For a second there, let's not get it confused.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're all right. You're all right.
Yeah, the champ Janice should still be A-okay. But, oh, man. The name of the game right now, the snipes, the disrespect, it's all happening here. Aqua just got tagged hard on the rotate out there. Now forced to lean into his prestigious amount of heals that he has. He doesn't have many. It's going to be clutch for him to burn him now.
You want a replay here. Coming through for B Genius, as we saw on screen, on board with Aqua. Right now, Aqua, the World Cup champ, alongside Nyrox. Top player in Europe, hands down, and continues to dominate as part of Cooler.
This is the thing here. You know what? Respect to the...
I lied. Fake Aqua as well. Fake. We got,
you never quite know.
You never know, I guess, apparently.
You never quite know, but...
Still 500 people left.
Here's what I'll say. If you do something cool, we'll just pretend it's the real one, all right? Just play along, guys. Play along. So here it is, though.
I can't understand how someone wants to cop someone's. I mean, don't you want to build your own identity, your own brand? You know, why are you just trying to live in the tracks of someone? I don't understand that. Fake Aqua confirmed. Big shot to Ball and Shio as they're confirming things on the side here, playing production ×2 for us here. Aqua did not qualify, actually, is the correction.
Unfortunate. Hey, well, his name lives on in the competition. Hopefully the imposter here can put up a good performance for us. But regardless of let's bring our focus back to Bags here, who's on a big rotate. This is one thing about solos that I love is that every player on the map down in that bottom right there is a serious threat. And you can see how many threats are on the move right now. This is a congested move, congested rotate, and no one is safe here.
That's exactly right. This rotation, and of course, being very, very central, relatively central to the map, is going to cause a lot of fights early on, as we saw with Benji getting taken out early. Now on board with Bags, as Bag is currently making his way over on the rotation, trying to get inside circle, post up, and be well positioned. It looks like he might be able to do so against House here. So good natural protection to his left, and a solid rotation coming through for Bag. He'll be pretty content sitting here for quite some time and just tunneling his way in.
And look, guys, just think about the dynamic of today's pace of game compared to yesterday. It's already a huge mix-up. You have players basing up in zone 3 on the outer edges. The congestion is now starting to really creep into the lobby here. So I don't know. This is looking like a dangerous spot to be in, though. He's slowly inching his way towards more and more players, but you don't want to be on that back edge either for the last second rotates.
Yeah, that's a wise rotation, especially as more people are going to be rotating in, trying to get center circle. Or inside the circle at least, you are going to face people and more opportunity for risk. So playing a little less risky, trying to be a little wiser in his final positioning in his box. That's a smart decision coming through from Bag.
Nice little wide drone shot here to give you more of an idea of who's hanging around in the vicinity. You have Bad Sniper up top. Heretics Belvid as well. A couple notable players there for sure. Just giving you guys a nice little overview of how players are starting to stack up now. Bags, though, looking for his first elimination in the tournament right now. We know these frags are so important. They can honestly make or break you. Yesterday's cutoff was basically tied across the board. So it really is a matter of surviving, but ultimately finding those elims to continue to break away from the rest of the pack.
Yep, that's a good call. In EU, I think we had around 500 was kind of the max points. I think you're going to expect that to be a little bit lower today. Typically, you know, given that we don't have as many players of different caliber, as many high elims, as many aggressive W key type of games early on, you could already see this is game number 1, and we still have 58 players remaining in this lobby. We're getting stacked here in late game.
That is true now. We can see Bad Sniper looks like he was the king of the Fortilla. You can notice that mythic burst rifle sitting in the inventory there. A couple jalapeno peppers used or available to use as well for this rotate. Not that he needs it, though. He's going to catch that first free one. It's going to favor him here now. Wait a second. SMS Piz here, noticing that he was healing. Remember, when those builds are just coming down, it's fresh to kind of see through. So sometimes you do want to wait just a little second, but great edits here by Bad Sniper to pop this one off now.
Yep, he is going to have himself a nice mythic burst. It's the Ocean's Burst coming from the Fortilla. Is now Bad Sniper. Ooh, some right above him. He's going to find an opportunity to push into his box. A little box fight might ensue between 3 people here. It's going to be Bad Sniper trying to get as much of control as he can. Trying to get a pick. Not going to do so. Just going to wisely opt to reset, heal up for now.
Yeah, and think about it. Bad Sniper represented for Team Grizzy. We have Nate, Lizen, 4ZR, Snazzy, a bunch of which have all qualified today. So we will be seeing a lot of friendly rivalry and players clashing across one another. See how that ends up playing out. But regardless of what, Sniper is going to be able to pick up some serious loot here. That's going to be a nice, huge kind of come up for him. Although he didn't secure the elim, that's okay. This is a refresher indeed that he needs.
That's exactly right. That's you know, despite not getting the elim, he gets the loot as a result. He's sitting great from Matt's perspective. Can use that chug splash if he wants to try and heal up further. Looking for some more minis first. Well played right now for Bad Sniper. I think, you know, if he would have played a little more aggressive there, he could have gotten the elim. Might have been able to get 2. But, you know, at this point in the game, everyone is so good. You know, no matter what box fight you get in, you're going to be playing as a top player. Whereas yesterday, you know, it wasn't a guarantee that you're playing a top tier player. Today, it's a much more sure thing. So wise decision, perhaps, not to take that fight with the aggression like we saw yesterday in gameplay.
I mean, and one thing to lean in, just as you see Sniper really being aggressive right now, he has been doing fairly okay in solo competition, at least the recent ones. The Mongrel Cup finishing top 63. You got to think about it. That's not too bad. You talk hundreds of thousands of players that come through these open tracks and make it into grand finals. Just breaking into a top 100 slot is something that you have to respect. So I want to say that he's been in shape as of late. It's something that I think everyone needs to put some respect on, especially for a veteran like him who's been around for so long. One thing we didn't even jump on is that he picked up a launch pad. Now he has 2 launch pads, by the way, in the inventory. So this is going to be the time to use it here.
Yeah, it's true. We can hold on to that pad for a rotation. It looks like we're going to have a relatively flat type of end game. We'll of course see where the moving circles move us to, but for now you're not going to have a lot of these scenarios yesterday, which we saw so many mountainous end games, so difficult to rotate. I mean, there's not a ton of mobility in the game that is vertical. Obviously no rifts in the game like we saw back in chapter 1. You have a launch pad, which helps, but you know, late game there's so many tunnels, so many builds, it makes it even more difficult to rotate to high ground. So I think it's gonna be a relatively flat type of finish here. Launch pad's still gonna be crucial. Should allow you to get free rotation. There's now opportunity for Bad Sniper.
Nice little shot right there. You see him land a 50 shot, and that's the power of the charge, even at long range. You give it a little bit of a cook time there, and all of a sudden you'll find yourself dealing some serious damage. Notice what Bad Sniper's doing here. He's recycling a lot of that excess material to try and get closer and closer to the next zone. He does hear a launch pad breakout behind him. The decision here now to go backwards or stay in is going to be the one he's going to have to make. But no, instead, he's going to stick around to fight. He's going to find some big shots here, Fallout. All he needs is one more to connect with. Can he actually find it? And I think he does, yes. Finally, this one was not stolen from him. Out comes his own launch pad right into the thick of it. He's going to find himself a nice little safe spot here, but the elim, more importantly.
Yeah, the Elim was huge. Nice play from Bad Sniper. Recognizing he also has the mythic burst to his name from the Ocean's Burst. That does so much damage so quickly. You have to try and at least get 1 or 2 Elims. You'd be remiss not to. I think that's a wise decision. Lurking for a little bit longer, trying to recognize, hey, I can get a quick pick here. Gets exactly that. Every Elim counts, especially late game when you're trying to make sure you can siphon, not have to waste your heals. Of course, in this scenario, he did take some damage on the rotation after, so he had to do exactly that, but he's still sitting in a good spot.
Another notable player I see up there is Waves Flick, who's sitting just nearby. You can see here that left shot. It's Maggle who's up top in the high ground here. With the bird's eye view over the general population of everyone planting themselves down below. Just look at the nameplates, the stacking of players on the corners here. I think Maggle's actually going to catch the zone as well. Looks like it's going to favor him on the rotate. Only 88 builds. He's very far off of having max material. I wonder how this is going to play out. Obviously, he has first dibs on the fire range here. Players are in the air. All he has to do is target the right one, and he'll catch himself a free Elim. It's not going to happen this time. But take a look, Fallout. He's got some moving to do. It looks like he's staying up on height.
He is, yep, sitting up top amongst the Parthenon and the Acropolis, looking down and everybody else in the lobby. But he's not going to be able to maintain high ground for long. Not going to be able to maintain that status, if you will, as he doesn't have the builds to keep control. He's going to eventually have to follow a tunnel, and he's actually going to get tagged up quite a bit as Maggle. So not in the best position. Crash Pad's going to come through as he's trying to heal. This man's just trying to drink some minis. Finally, things will reset a little bit. He's going to get towards mid or low ground, and he will be able to follow some builds if he can. He needs to pick up an Elim, though. That's going to be crucial.
I just found that to be pretty cool for a second there. We're following Maggle and Bad Sniper. A lot of French presence here on the screen at once. You gotta love it for the players from France. Always putting up a good show. They honestly lead the pack for a lot of the veterans that's been in the scene for Fortnite here. But talk about a textbook hold here. Like I said before, this is gonna be a risky one. He branched out since Zone 6. He's already running out of material, and Impact Frag is gonna be much needed here. And it's not turning into any Elim so far. He only has 1 point. So hopefully he can take advantage of the height while he has it and find something big, because he's going to need if he wants to stay up here.
That's exactly right. Down to 7 builds remaining. As I say that, that's going to be all she wrote for builds. So he needs to pick up an Elim here. Needs to clean up the scraps, if you will. Meanwhile, it's going to be a double elimination picked up by Gilar. So well played from Gilar. As we see, look at the top left of our screen. Meanwhile, Maggle is just looking frantically for any opportunity here. Has to be super careful with every jump, every bounce, because doesn't have many builds to survive with.
Oh no, the
shockwave! That might be all she wrote for Maggle. The shockwave comes through. Unfortunate situation.
My gosh, sent flying outside of the map, and he's too far to recover. And just like that, he's gonna get bled out to the storm there, taken out of the game in a top 20 situation. Crucial points left on the board there. High ground and everything. It doesn't even matter. Here's a look at Flick, who's now trying to make something of nothing as well here. No material left in the bank. He has to result to looking down to the low ground here. This is going to be such a clutch Elim if he can find it. There it is, one player down below. Now comes the edits here. Will he be able to find a key impact frag and elimination? Up top, though, you have Herkin, who's looking down here, and oh gosh, we're going to be able to take that perspective now, Fallout. It's looking like it's his game to win, but as well, doesn't have too many mats. He's just trying to buy time for placement right now.
That's exactly right. Herkin reminded me of a Zate on the North American side, just maintaining high ground so incredibly well, getting some good shots in, good frags in, down to low ground, doing a good job. I think he should be able to hold on to control here. Guess what? Also has the shockwave launcher, so he will certainly hold on to control. Shockwave launcher and the charged shotgun coming from the Fortia. Coming from the Authority drop early on, where Benji Fishy would loved to have gotten that loot instead. It's Herkin as we're on screen with right now.
Yeah, it's that Caddy's Corner drop that we know is so dominant and powerful. This is why we call it the battle for Caddy's Corner. But that's all right. I mean, he's already sent one player out into the zone. Is he going to be able to find another now? Using the shockwave, he's going to go up. He's trying to do it here, buying himself some time. Here it is. This is what we talk about, being able to blast your way up and blast your way out. No, he's going to take the fall damage. Misses the board there. That's going to be a little bit of karma for the man. So he sends himself flying this time around. Bad Sniper falls to the zone as well. And just like that, he takes second, and someone else is going to sneak away with the Victory Royale, Fallout.
You blinked and you missed it with that end game. What a start. We thought it was Erkin with complete control, shockwave launcher, and the charged shotgun coming from caddy corner with Kit's weapons. And instead, he blows himself to the smithereens of a fall damage death, gets eliminated. And in the end, Bad Sniper, who we were watching earlier, gets second place. We don't know who got that first place spot. We'll get that update as soon as we have it. But a crazy finish and a strong start here to the EU finals.
Absolutely. We're going to have to bring in Kelly to bring on her thoughts of what just went down, because those shockwave shots were incredible. I mean, sending players flying into the zone in great fashion.
Kelly.
Just kidding, everyone. I was building up the suspense. As you guys said at the start of the show, the shockwave launcher is obviously going to be a very important gun that we're going to have, and that obviously showed off into this first game right here. But before we jump into the games again, everyone, I want to do a quick update on the standing so far. We do have a few players that have played 3 games already, which is quite impressive. But right now in the standings, we have Lowless Love in the top with 110 points, Kira at 98, and Kami third with 91 points. We do see Trulex up there, a Nos in top 10, a few other names that we recognize as well, but it still seems to be a little too early to see who's pulling ahead right now. But chat, obviously you guys want to get into the Fortnite action right away, so let's jump into a break and we'll be right back.